friendly as Dash of Dave. He'll take some scraps and bits of this, turn them into something you can't miss. Junk journals, tapes, and crafts galore. He'll have you begging, show me more. Oh, Dash of Dave, oh, what a sight. Mixing colors, day and night.
Hi everyone, it's Dash of Dave here, and I am back for another crafty video. So I'm really sorry about my robotic voice, but I have come down with something. No idea what I've come down with, but I have come down with something. Vic has got COVID. Now, I haven't seen Vic since he got COVID, so it's not going to be that. I've picked something else up from somewhere. I've also had vaccine for both flu and COVID because of being diabetic. Well, the recently diagnosed diabetic, they like to make sure they stab you with enough needles to last you a lifetime and make sure you feel completely like a pin cushion. So I don't know what it is. All I've got is a sore, not even a sore throat. It's sore from coughing, throat, and shortness of breath. Extreme fatigue. I have literally pulled myself out of bed to get this filmed. And we'll see. It might be the most heavily cut video in the history of man, or I might be able to run through it. I don't know. I haven't really spoken to anybody today, so other than via text, and that doesn't require your voice. So we'll see what we can do. So as I have nothing, no energy, nothing, let's make something out of nothing. So I have no idea where this is going to go. We're just going to make something. So we're going to use this box. Now, I'm one of those people that looks at boxes and packing and thinks, oh, I can't get rid of that, I might use it, and all of that. So we're going to use this box. Now, this had some underwear in that I was given for Christmas. I like the branding on it, but we're going to use the window element of it. So I mean, obviously I might use the rest of it for something, but I don't know at the moment. We're just going to make what we can make. Now, I've got a bit of an idea in my head. Whether that transpires, I do not know. So anyway, let's just kind of get this packaging apart so that I can understand whether what I want to do is something I can do with what we've got. So, oh yeah, there you go, all opens out, which is what I suspected. So, not glued down, but, I guess it saves money if they don't have to glue it down. So, I'm thinking of having some kind of a slide, so like we slide a card out to the top, and we've got something around here and whatever. So let's do that. I mean, I have literally no time. No, not time. It's not the time I'm lacking. It's the energy I'm lacking. I'm running out of time as well because I've stayed in bed most of today. It is now 6:20. I would normally have started filming at about between half past 1 and 2:30. I've just not had enough energy to be able to do that. So we will make what we can make in the time we have to make it. And if you appreciate my commitment to craft, please give it a thumbs up, because that's the only way that I know that, I'm on the right track here. I might be on the right track, but I have no idea. I don't have any marbles to know what I'm doing. What am I doing? I'm looking for a piece of craft card. That's what I was looking for. I know there's some craft card here, but I want to use an extra piece. What have we got down here? I want to make a slide for here. We have something. The problem is that's all kind of marked up for a box. What do we have? Okay, so if we don't have craft card, what else have we got? Okay, let's get a file folder. There we go, file folder, that'll do. So what I want to do is I want to find out how big this is. So let's put that over there. I might have to cough. I'm really sorry. Sorry about that. Oh, I need the ruler. Those are in centimeters. Let's use this one. Okay. So we've got 5 inches by 7 and about 7.5. I want it to stick just proud of the top anyway. So 5 inches by 7.5. Right. I need to make a back for this. So should I use what have we got in here? Should I use this? I mean, we're trying to make something out of nothing, aren't we? So would I be able to use that? I could, yes. Okay, so let's cut this down to about 7.5, and we have to cut it a little bit more after that. But this will be the back piece. So yes, I no idea where this has come from. I think if it's come from anywhere, it's going to be from somebody at work. So that's the only place I've been. And people at this time of year just generally don't feel great, do they? They feel under the weather. Right, I am going to cut one of these off. I think we're going to have this as the bottom because this is wider. So let's cut this down. And then we'll go from there. So am I doing what am I doing what I think I'm doing? Now I want to be able to cut. How wide is that? Oh, it's about the same width of that as that ruler. So if I cut, let's cut to there. Pull that up to there. Right. Okay. I know that I can't. I'm not really going to be able to explain what I'm doing because I nearly cut my thumb off as it is. So I want this to kind of fold in there, so that this bit of this flap of packaging doesn't get in the way of anything we push into the file. And then I also want a similar sort of border around, and that's to be able to grab the back of this packaging. So I might just go a little bit wider and just cut it to about there. Yeah. So I'm going to cut that bit off. And cut this bit off. So I do like to try and make stuff out of packaging, because we throw so much stuff away, and it really is not good for the environment. It's not sustainable. Regardless of what you think about climate change or whatever, nobody wants to live in a landfill. And if we carry on the way that we are, we'll all live on a landfill, because we're going to run out of places to throw anything. Where is this magical land called away? There is nowhere. If you're throwing it somewhere else, it's going to where someone else lives. So, and eventually those people will be throwing it your way. So just bear that in mind. Most of the stuff that we have doesn't degrade. Most of our assets are single use. So we make things to throw away, and those things don't degrade. So our job as junk journalers, because that's what we pride ourselves in, is the ability to turn something that's junky into something beautiful, should be to lead the way of this is what you can do. And I hope you kind of agree with me, and if you don't, then we're just going to have to agree to differ. Right, I'm going to put that in there. So that's going to fold over at the top, and that's just going to be kind of just to strengthen that top bit. So I want to just my brain is I felt like my brain was going to fall out then. So we want that to be an opening there, and then these are going to sit around this to hold that all together. I might put something on the back, I don't know. Should have cut that at a 45-degree angle so it should sit together. It does, that's good. Right, okay. First of all, let's kind of put a proper crease in the back of that. Fold in there. So my other major achievement today is I have managed to wrap Brian's presents. So Brian's birthday is on Tuesday. and I have bought him a few things for his home, and I've managed to do those, which I've not had the energy to do. I mean, like, it nearly blew my mind trying to do to do that. Yeah, so we're going to do that like that, and that's going to be the background. I know it's got creases in it, but we're not going to see that after we've done something. I'd like to put a bird in the background. The only reason I picked this up is because it was there. I did get the bird box closer because that's what I wanted it to be. So I'd like something that will sit nicely in that window. So let's just have a look and see what we've got bird-wise that will sit in the window. Whilst he's nice, I don't want to cut his tail off. I don't know what you are. I want you to stick to a piece of thing. You know me and birds. I love my bird box. My box of birds. Yeah, no, that's not a bird, Dave. That's a, I don't know what that's called. Boris dactyl. So, pterodactyl. It's not. No, it's furry. I mean, well, it's not furry. It's hairy. It's not even hairy. It's leafy. It's not leafy either, Dave. I'm really sorry. Brain's going, I can't work. It's so foggy in here. What's it called? What are they called? Feathers. Feathery. That's the word. So I don't have the capacity. Right. Actually, what I should be looking at what's going to stand out. That's definitely not. Try again. That's definitely not going to stand out. Or do I put it on this? Is this big enough for the window? Oh, it is. It is. So I could have it against that. So I either have it against that or that. I mean, like, it's much of a muchness, isn't it? Because they're pretty similar colours. Oh, what else we got here? I do have some more of these things. These, or what are they called? Oh, well, I can't remember what the things on birds are called. I'm screwed, aren't I, really? That's not the same colour. It's a different colour. What's this called? Vellum. Yeah, that's a different colour. Well, that's also a different colour. That's also a different colour. And that. Now look, they're all going to come out thick and fast. They're all like, Dave, they're all different colours now. Okay, something must go against one of these. I guess what I should do is find, that's not really very nature-y, is it? Find a bird that I like and see whether it goes against what I've got. Okay, so that bird fitted. Kind of goes because he's got the same colour feet, but like, do we want him to go or do we want him to stand out? He's quite cool. It doesn't quite fit though, does he? Because he's not. Does his beak get in the? I'd have to cut his tail off. I guess that's not a great hardship. You're a contender. I'm going to put you over there. Please don't. Please don't hurt my brain. He's not big enough. I don't think he's big enough to fill the frame. He's definitely not big enough. Oh, there's another goose here. Maybe two gooses. Two gooses for the price of one. Geese. No, not thinning. A puffin. I'm glad, Dave. You shouldn't be feeling a puffin. What's going on with his neck? Why has his neck got like weirdness going on? Maybe if we cut that down, it wouldn't look quite so bad. But I don't know whether it's. This is going to be too taxing for me, isn't it, today? That's quite pretty. Maybe. So he's a contender. Okay, the rest of these, I don't think these are contenders really. What are you? No. I always go for blue tits. Oh, what are you? I don't know what you are. You definitely don't live in the UK. You fit perfectly in there. You'd look great, actually. Does that mean that I'm swaying towards you? And if that's the case, what am I swaying towards you on? Oh, you look quite good on there, actually. What else have we got? If you know what the bird is, tell me, because this bird does not exist in the UK. I mean, like, you know, the birds in the UK go this colour when it's too cold. Yeah, they turn blue out of coldness. They don't look like this normally. I'm going to cough again. Excuse me. I guess the good thing about the coughing is it doesn't come very thick and fast, but when it comes, it kind of completely takes my breath away. Take my breath away. And also, I'm having a bit of a hot flash at the minute. I feel like I'm burning up. I'm sat here in a t-shirt. It is not warm in here, really. It's 5 degrees outside, and there's no heating on in here. I think I'm having a bit of a hot flush at the moment, so. But onwards and upwards. I'm taking one for the team. Now, I really like you on that blue colour background. I should give the others a try, shouldn't I? Let's put you away, not you. You. That's another goose. That one's trying to fly away, though. Let's get back in there quick before you fly away. Take my breath away. Currently, I've got Burn Baby Burn going on. Not the song necessarily playing in my head, although now I've said it, I have. I've got Burn Baby Burn, temperature-wise, going on. Look quite nice on there. No, you just look like you've flown into somebody's house and you sat against a wallpaper like that. What's that one? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. You're a no, I've decided. You're a, I don't know which way up you are. You're a that way up. You're a... You're an okay. I think you're too blue. Too blue. You're the one I'm dreaming of. Your heart fits me like a glove. Yeah. No. Oh, hang on. What are you? I've decided against you. Sorry. You were good contenders. I will use you again. Don't worry. No, not you. I'm drawn to this, aren't I? We're going to go with this. Otherwise, I'll just keep coming back to it. So that's what we're going to do in the background. So we'll put that in the background. We're not going to use you. That does mean we need to make this more. Because it's quite wrinkly, isn't it? Can you see those lines? I mean, not really. Does it look less now I've done that? Does it look better against a white background? I don't know, because I don't have a white background here. I've got a cream coloured background. Are you better against cream? No, you don't really do any difference, do you, really? But maybe that's what I need behind. No, I don't think I do. I just need something to make it flat. That's all I need to do. And maybe it'll go flat by putting it on there, but I'm going to have to blow my nose. I'm really sorry now. This is new. Having to blow my nose. So the only piece of card I've just been able to find is this. Is that too much? I don't even know which way up that is. Which way up is that? No, leaves grow up, Dave. They don't grow down. Well, unless it's hanging down. I'd have to put it up, because if I put it down, then when you push something in, it'll get caught on that lip. So it'd have to be up. Oh no, actually, I could just do it that way. In fact, I could get rid of that, couldn't I? Yeah, let's get rid of that. Let's put this on the back. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I know it seems like, Dave, you're fapping now, aren't you? Yeah. What I liked about this is it kind of reflects the light back, and it makes it lighter in the background than on anything else. Don't craft with people who are ill, because they have no idea what they're talking about. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? How wide was this? How wide? It's 5 and... what's that? 2/8. I don't know, is that an eighth? Or is that an eighth? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's an eighth. 5 and an eighth, not 2/8. Just 5 and an eighth. 5 and an eighth wide. What's that on the back? Don't know. 5 and an eighth wide. And then how deep is your love? I don't know. How deep is the thing? Okay, so it's a little short of 7.5. So it's what? 7 and 3. Let's go 7 and 3/8. 7 and no. What did I say? 3. It's 3/8 right? No, 3/8 can't be right. 7 and you were right. 7 and 3/8. You're just being an idiot. So 7 and 3/8. So that's 1/8, 2/8, 3/8. So let's count together. It's like an episode of Sesame Street, isn't it? When Dave's not feeling well. Sorry about this. There's 1 2 3 There we go. So I'm going to put that in the background there. Well, obviously we can't put it together until we've got everything in its place. Place for everything and everything in its place. I don't know what I'm doing now. I was going to have a piece of card that pull out. So is this the background? Oh, I don't know. Or is this the card that I'm going to pull out? No, this is the background. This is the background that's going to have that on. So you pull it out and you reveal the blue jay. Oh, is that? Oh, maybe that's what it is. Is it a blue jay? There you go. Just, I don't know. It might not be. If you around the world, I mean, we don't get blue jays here. We don't get any jays. We sometimes get K's, but no J's. We don't. Just don't listen to me. He's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Really? Doesn't he? That surprises you, doesn't it? So, yeah, so we're going to put this in the background. My brain's going... That's going to be the background. We're going to put that on, and then we're going to push that... Put another card that sits between the two in. So that means we just should have a little bit of a gusset on this then, shouldn't we? Because there won't be enough space otherwise, so space. The final frontier. I don't have a back here, let alone a frontier. Listen here. So if I do that, am I gonna... Oh, I should have done it the other way around. There. Now I guess you know what would be helpful if you actually had a straight line to fold against. So we fold that over that. Is that going to sit around our... Yeah, that's better. Bit of a gusset on it, just so that we've got something where it sits around, and we've got a bit of space that way for it to fold around. And then same for this side. Is that going to be too wide? No, that's all right. That'll be fine. If I only had a brain that worked. No, that's not working, is it? That's better. Yeah, cool, that's better. Push against there. Put that in there, and then do the, I guess the bottom one. Because I guess it needs to be the same, doesn't it? Do that. Is that too deep? Is that too deep? I don't know. No, it's still not doing it on the right way, Dave. Like that. Yeah, and then we'll do that. You need to move out of the way because we're going to fall out otherwise. So there we go. Cool. Okay. Oh no, that's not the one, Dave. That's the one that's got to go flat, you idiot. It's this one that's got to be... What an idiot. That's the one that's got to have a gusset in it. There we go. That'll do. Now you can do that one. Right, so they are going to sit around this back panel. That's going to give us enough space. Right, we'll get this bit glued down because we're going to commit to that. What the heck? There's the note. I've got really run out of glue in here. Oh, we're very low. Wow. Who knew I'd use so much glue? I mean, like, you know, let's face it, I do make 3 videos a week. You should see the amount of stuff I've got. Me and Brian have been kind of tidying up. And I have got... Dave, you've just bent another pin. I have got tons and tons and tons of made stuff. I've got 3 crates of made stuff that I have no idea what I'm going to do with. You know, what am I supposed to do with all of the stuff that I make? I know that we've talked about selling it, but like, it's not a case. I know some people think that the reason I don't sell it is because I'm kind of precious about it. It's not even that. I just think, who's going to want that? And also, shipping costs to America are absolutely terrible. And the, you know, I don't know. No, you don't know because I can't explain. Shipping costs are absolutely terrible. And I don't know where I was going with this. And oh yeah, and most of my demographic is in America, so you know. Sorry. I'm in a moment where I couldn't swallow. It's not a swallow, it's a bird. Well, a bird is a swallow. Anyway. Alright, shut up, Dave. So we're going to put you on there. Does that mean now, because we're sitting it a little bit further away, you're going to see around the edge? You are. But, maybe this is the ideal time for this. So, this is one of the ones that... Oh, that would be good, wouldn't it? Actually, if we put it that way up, it'd be better, because I think that's the way up it should be. So if we tear this off around the flowers and have like a bit of a torn border, that would look good, hopefully. Hopefully you feel the same. And if you don't, then we're just going to have to agree to differ, because I don't have the energy. And also, I can't go back in time and change it, because by the time you've disagreed with me, I've already released this video, so it'll already be out in said ether. No, I haven't even said anything about the ether, Dave. Shut up, Dave. Anyway, moving on swiftly before Dave falls out with himself. Falling into you. Oh, no, we don't want anybody singing when you're not feeling well, Dave. Although I've got to admit, I'm not going to say that word, that C word, but I haven't been doing a lot of the C word. That could be misconstrued. I haven't been COUGHING a lot. And that's probably a good thing. Right, I want to get that in the middle of there. So let's put that on there. Can I just put a bit of pressure on here? Maybe with this. There. Let's get rid of that first. Can I see that? Yes, I can. Can we build it? Yes, we can. Should we build it? No idea. If I just put a little bit of pressure on and it'll mark where the mirror board, on the mirror board, where it should be. And then we can put that within those marks, I think. Which way up? Again, Dave. There we go. So we need to put that on there. Sorry if my head's in the way. There, there, and there. Yeah, okay, so I'm just going to glue that down now because it's not going to change. We'll glue this down and then we can put the border on. And I know you're going to see a bit of a line initially, but hopefully when it dries it'll dry clear. Further up, Dave. Where's the line? I've lost the line on this side. Where's the line on this side? There. And there. Cool. Doesn't quite stick down. Why not? Because the glue doesn't go to the ends. And I'm hoping then by doing this we won't get any kind of snaggy areas where if you put something into the thing it won't snag, because we'll have a border to hold it down, so there's nothing to snag on. I mean, I could in theory snag on this bit, I guess, but I'm hoping it won't. So should I put itchy nose, should I put an edge on this? Let's just do a little bit of a very delicate browned edge, stained edge, whatever you're talking about, Dave. If nobody knows what I'm talking about, just please fill in the blanks for me, because my brain is one big blank at the minute. So we're going to put that on there, like that. Yeah, okay. I think I'm just going to glue that, so I think I'm going to go from here. I'm going to glue the very edge of it. I don't know how far over this way it comes, so I'll just glue the very edge and then a line down the side. I don't know how far down this comes, and then a line like that. Put that on there, like that. I think that's the right way up. And then we'll cut this bit off. Or maybe we won't. Are we going to cut it off? Is it going to work? Are we going to play? Are we playing the game? Are we not? Who knows? There we go. Well, maybe just a pair of scissors. The top and the bottom. Okay, so did I glue it enough? I guess it's not going to make a big difference because it's going to get glued down. But I'll just put a little bit of glue along that seam there. Okay, so then we're going to do a similar sort of thing on this side. A similar sort of thing, I mean like the same, obviously. And we'll... which way up? This way up, I think. And again, just following that edge. Tearing up because I want a white line. That's what I meant to do. So yeah, what we're going to do is, well, if I'm feeling well enough, I'm taking Brian for a meal for his birthday. I bought him a few householdy things and some crafty bits as well. So hopefully I feel well enough to go. At the moment I'm feeling not well enough to be at bed, to be fair, so although, you know, let's just get on with it and stop moaning about it, Dave. There's people worse off than you, so right, let's put that on there. Hopefully this is going to look good. I don't normally use blue, so I'm doing quite well to not do the COUGHING, aren't I? at the moment. I do have a humidifier going on at the moment in here though, because that's really helping me breathe. Anything in a dry atmosphere at the moment is just too much. I can't cope with it. A dust, I can't cope with any kind of dust, so I'm hopefully not going to be doing any kind of sanding. I was going to say there'd be, staying away from dust, but like in my craft room, that's an impossibility. I have a finely curated collection of dust in here. I'm an avid dust collector. Okay, so that's the sides. That's going to go on like that. We're going to put him on in the middle like that, and hopefully he will look, I do like that, really like that. Sorry, dolphins can only hear me now. Don't make yourself laugh. Yeah, let's do that. And then put this at the bottom. Well, obviously we'll do the top bit as well. It was just so you couldn't see the mirror board, really. But hopefully it looks alright, and you feel like you haven't been cheated. So yes, I'm seeing Vic tonight. So he's, like I say, he's been unwell. We've been staying clear of each other because he's been really unwell and I didn't want to get it. But now I'm poorly anyway. Doesn't make any difference. So we're going to see each other because we miss each other. It's really difficult to not see him. I love him to bits. And we've just stayed away to kind of. He's wanted to stay away from me because I've got an underlying health condition. But I just think, oh well, not much I can do, is there? It's not going away. Should I stick that like that, or shall I tear it down? No, I'm going to stick it like that. Don't think you're really going to notice too much anyway. So yeah, so it's been a bit challenging not to see him. Although he's been really poorly, though he's had proper COVID, and he's lost his sense of taste, sense of smell, which is really like heartbreaking for him because he loves food. So not to taste anything or smell anything has been difficult. Hang on, there's not enough glue on that bit there. Bring that bit down to there. So he said to me today, well, I said, like he sent me a text saying how am I, and did I want him to come tonight or not? And like I said, I wanted to see him, so he was pleased about that. But he told me that he's now regained his taste, so he can supposedly taste now. So right, do I want a bit at the top? Of course, I'm gonna have to do the bit at the top as well, aren't I? Because like it'd be remiss of me not to. Let's do this way. And then he's off tomorrow, so it's been difficult for him as well because I haven't had to take any time off because I've only been ill over the weekend so far. Depending on how I feel tomorrow, obviously, I might have to be off tomorrow, which is Monday for me. But I've not had to take any time off. He, on the other hand, hasn't taken any time off, not because he didn't want to, but because he doesn't get paid for his. So, because he works in the pub trade, you only get statutory sick pay, and statutory sick pay is only paid after 3 waiting days, what they call waiting days. Currently, the law's changing on that in April. You'll start getting statutory sick pay from the first day in April, but that's a few months away yet. So, whereas I get company sick pay, so I get paid from the day I'm off and at full pay. So, statutory sick pay is only like what is it, £123 a week, and when you're on a decent wage, because he's a manager, you can't afford to be off, and you have to go 3 days without any pay. So, and yet it's one of the sectors I would much prefer people to be off from. I'd much prefer that employers paid their staff to not be at work in that sector, because it's very public and you're spreading it around to everybody else, aren't you? So anyway, that's my opinion. Is that too blue? Actually, let's see if we can just peel that up. Can I peel that up? I should have left that, shouldn't I? If I peel it up, I can put that bit underneath this here, and then you won't see that it just comes to a flat bit. So if I put that in there, oh yeah, that's fine, because that bit's fine. Right, okay, I'm going to have to cut out this bit in the middle, because it will annoy me otherwise. I might cut the border down a little bit so it's not quite as wide as it is. I'm going to cut his foot off. That's not going to help. Sorry, birdie. Yeah, I'm going to cut the edge of this down a little bit. I want a little bit of a white border, but not a huge bit like it's got at the moment. I think the border will help him stand out. I think I might ink the edge of the border. That'll help him stand out a bit more. Well, at least I hope it will anyway. And then, not the best scissors for doing this with, but hey, you know me and fussy cutting. We are not the best of pals, especially when I don't have the patience, which I certainly don't at the moment. I've got no patience for anything. I really found it really hard to motivate myself to get out of bed to even do this video, and that is not like me. Although I do feel like I have not been well for a few days, because I was saying, it's Sunday at the moment, and I was saying last Monday to my colleague how I just felt like somebody's stalking me. I felt uneasy, a bit burnt out, a little bit, and I can't really put my finger on what I was feeling, but I just didn't feel right. I felt a bit off, basically, and I think maybe that's what I was feeling, is that, the pending illness, because it's not like me to not want to be at work. I love being at work. You don't get your workaholic's badge by not wanting to be at work, do you? There is no badge for being a workaholic, by the way. Please don't try and win trophies for being the best alcoholic. You could try that one. Sorry, it turns out that laughing is not the is the thing that triggers a COUGH. Yeah, don't try and be the best at a workaholic. I mean, don't try and be an alcoholic either. So I don't drink alcohol, so I'm all right there. So yeah, so I'm going to wink around the edge of here. I probably should have left that white edge, shouldn't I? Because I've made a terrible job of cutting the edge of this now, but it is what it is, and we are where we are. So hopefully he will stand out a little bit from the background. Yes, he does. That's fine. We're going to put that It appears my voice is going to be one of those where it goes through all the octaves. If I put that on there. Let me just do this, sorry. Put that like that. Where's that going to go? So that's going to go there, there. If I put him about there, so that branch kind of tucks under there. Oh no, I'll have it so it sticks out over there. That should be fine, yeah. Just kind of seeing where I am with this. So if that sits like that, he should be fine. Yeah, that's fine, we'll do that then. We'll just glue him and then stick him right down. And then we'll have to think about a tag. Oh, and actually we need to think about decorating. Maybe a tag is perhaps a little bit much for me today as well. Maybe it's going to have to be a Finish It Friday tag. Put that like that. Let's just try that again before I completely glue him down. Yeah, that's fine. Like that, perfect. So I'll glue him down now. He's kind of camouflaged, isn't he, in that? But I do like that scene. I love the way that's turned out. And I'm obviously not going to decorate, right? Sorry, not going to colour around the edge because you're not going to see it. It's going to be in here. But we do need to colorise this now. I'd like to use it with whatever we've got around us. And I wondered if I had anything that was just to hand, Dave. That would be nice. A handbag. What shall I put? Well, I don't know what to do now. No. Oh, maybe that would be a good idea. Maybe something from the Edith Holden-y stuff. I do have some like bits that are kind of just no, maybe not. No, I think maybe too busy. Maybe that is too busy. So if we're not going to do that, what are we going to do? What are we going to cover it with? Maybe we cover it with this. Is this too much? Oh, I don't know. Quite like that. Do we cover it with that? Do I put that on and then cut a bit out from the middle? This is a piece of wallpaper sample, if anybody's wondering what this is. A bit of wallpaper sample. We like a bit of wallpaper sample. So if we did that, and put that on there, let's go up to that edge. And we go up to there. We could actually, no, let's go a little bit out and then we could wrap it round so it doesn't completely, like, you know, doesn't fluff up at the edge. So we do that. Let's just go for this. Let's just do this. So we can have that to there. I'm going to cut it off about there. Let's just do that then. This has been hanging around for a while, so I might as well use it. I'll put this over, and we obviously need to cut an aperture out of the middle. That's good because we've got things coming in from the sides. That's good. Yep, we like that. Right, how am I going to find out where that aperture is going to go? How do I live without you? Well, you'll have to live without somebody if you sing like that, Dave. I don't want to do that because I'm going to damage the... Let's do this. I don't want to press down on the stuff. What's it called? Acetate? Acetate. Because it will damage it. I mean, like, I didn't mind doing the bit at the front because that was just... Actually, no. Tell you what, pencil would be great. Oh no, pencil with an end would be even better. No, try again. Third time lucky. Has that got an end? Oh yeah, cool. I didn't mind when I just did a little tiny bit top and bottom, you know, to mark the foil, but like to do this, I don't really want to cause damage to the acetate. And pressing down on it is obviously going to bend it, isn't it? Oh no, Dave. Stay there. Do not move. I want that up to that edge. And even if I don't stay, even if I don't stay completely in those lines, and I deviate from it, at least I know where the aperture is. You know, if I'd made it myself, I wouldn't have put the whatever it's called. Oh, sorry. You have to fill in the blanks for me today. Brain is not working. I wouldn't have put the acetate in had I made it myself, but as it's already pre-made, I can't do much about it. I could take the acetate out, but like that would just be a nightmare. Okay, so what have we got here? If I cut that out, well, see if I can see. Okay, there. Okay. Right. I want to see where that goes to here. Oh, no, do I have a light box, but I don't. Oh, hello. Whoopsie. I have a light box, but do I have? There we go. White box. Do I have the cable for it? Is the cable on the table? Is the cable on the table? Is it stable? Is there a stable cable on the table? Shut up, Dave. Honestly, it's a constant. Is that the right shape? No, of course it's not the right shape. Why would that be the right shape? How am I going to have to go and get one? So I now have a cable on the table, with which I'm able to plug it in. It's getting a bit much now, isn't it? So let's see if we can. Aha! I can see where my pencil line is now. That's what I was trying to say. So I was thinking, if I draw between the lines, between the leaves, and then have the leaves kind of coming into the front, so like kind of sticking in, maybe not this one, that's because I think that would kind of completely obscure the bird, but all the others, let's see whether that, where's that going to go? That's going to come right up the front of him. I don't know, should we leave it in for now? We can always cut it off afterwards. Along there, and obviously all the way along here to that corner. I'll cut those little fronds off. I'm not cutting them out. Obviously I don't want all of this. Where shall I have to? So I've come that, and then we cut maybe off to there. Have all of that up to there, and then across the top there. Oh, I can turn it, Dave. And then there. Okay, so let's turn that off. Put that down. Unplug it first. Right. And get a pair of scissors, smaller pair, and try to cut with them massive things. So if I go in to the middle of there, right, let's just cut. End to it. Let's do that. Right, let's have a look and see where we are with this. So if I put that on there, right, put that around like that. Let's just see what it's going to look like. So that's like that. That's going to go on here like that. Ginkgo berry leaves are these? I don't. Please don't quote me. What do we think to that? Do I like that there? Do you know, I don't dislike it. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. Okay, so there is a little bit here I don't really know what to do about. Maybe get in there. Or maybe a blade might do that better. So if I come up here, round that bit to there, and then try not to cut this bit off. Don't cut towards your fingers, Dave. Or do. Don't listen to me, Dave. Why would you listen to me? Hopefully that will cut out. Yes, that's good. Cool. Okay. Yes, so I will glue all of it down around, and I will rub it all out, all of the pencil lines, but I think I'm going to glue it down first. I'm going to glue all of these little bits in first, and then come back and lift it up around the edge to get all of the just the square edges glued. I just want to glue all of these little bits down first and get those the priority, because these are the bits that are going to more likely to fall off if I don't stick them down or rip them or something like that, something daft after you've done all that all of that trimming, fussy cutting. You'd be devastated, Dave. Maybe just a little bit around the edge. I don't want to do too much because it's going to take a while to get all of this glued down, and the glue will be dry by the time I'm finished. What I'll do is I'll just lift the edges to get the rest of it glued. Also, if I glue it all, going to find it really hard to get this placed, aren't I? So we want it to get it so that it covers as much of the brown as we can whilst gluing it down. Covers the brown whilst gluing it down. So that's going to go down like that. That's going to go there. That's going to go up there. Round the edge, round the edge, round the edge. Right, okay, so let's get rid of the pencil line that we didn't cut off. Got my tongue out doing this. I know there's a little bit of brown there, but it's not a huge amount, and I'm not worried about it. I think it's looking fantastic for what we've done. Okay, so this bit at the top needs to come off, so I'm just going to cut this off, level with that top bit. And this bit's going to fold around, so let's get... What am I doing? Let's get this bit glued in, and then we'll glue the rest of it down. So yeah, this is going to go in there, and then this is going to glue around the edge. So let's do that. That bit's going to glue. Right, I'm going to glue either side and then the bottom. So if you want to know, by the way, the mirror board that I found was also out of some packaging. So definitely been frugal in my crafting today. Glue that down. Don't want to glue the seam that I've given the seam. You know, the gusset that I've given it, but. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to cut these bits at the corners off. Let's get a pair of scissors that's a bit bigger. There we go. Cut that bit off. Cut this bit shorter. Cut this down a little bit. On the side. Okay, and then we'll glue all of this down. So I'm going to lift this edge up, like I said, and just get all of this glued to the edge. and then we'll glue it around the sides. And that bit can get glued down. Do this bit at the top. It comes right up to this edge. Sides. Sides and the bottom. And then we'll glue it around the back. Ow, stop jabbing myself on the pair of scissors. Voice is feeling a bit okay now. Don't want to say anything about the COUGH because at the moment it's being good. Definitely think the dehumidifier, not dehumidifier, because that would be defeating the object. The humidifier is doing a good job. So it's one of those ones where you can put some fragrance oil in it. I didn't put anything fragrancy in it because, well, I didn't want to tempt fate. I just had it so that it was just the water. Right, okay. So now I could do with maybe something on the back. Maybe this is where we'll use this card. Or is this where we use this card? Actually, let's use this card because then that's completely closing the circle of using stuff up. And I know it doesn't perfectly fit, but it's fine. It fits adequately. We don't need that bit, doesn't need to pull out, so we can completely glue it all down. In fact, I'm going to glue all of this. What shall I do? Do that bit at the bottom? Yeah, let's do that bit at the bottom. Which way round? Let's do that way round. I need to fill this up when I'm off camera next because I'm running out of glue. It's getting a bit hard to kind of give it a squeeze now. Sorry if I'm not talking as much as I would normally. Conserving my energy. I feel absolutely exhausted. I feel like I've run around the block 17 times. So I haven't done any running today. I mean today. I haven't done any running this year. I mean like not even this year. This decade I haven't done any running. So I'm going to cough. There we go. So that is our bird thing. And now what we need is, maybe this is where I'll get a piece of this. Let's get a piece of card. Just so we're not necessarily, well, we're not going to do this. We're going to go 5 by, well, let's go, so it sticks out, 5 by 8. Let's go 5 by, cut this down to 5 by 8. Cut this in half first. That piece. So let's put that over. Let's do this bit at 5, I think. That's not really very straight though, is it? Right, that's not very straight. Let me just make it straight first. So let's go. Where's the 5 line on this? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Getting deeper. 5 there. Okay. I'll do that. Then I'll put this in to the cutter. Then I've got a straight line to cut at. Otherwise you end up with a really wonky piece of card. So then we'll cut this tiny bit off at the end. And then we'll put that in. What did I say? By 8? Should we go 8 1/4 maybe? Go 8 1/4. Or should we go 8 1/2? Let's go 8 1/2 and then see what it looks like from there. that in there. Yeah, so I think that, oh look, that will be great actually. So if we make this into a, let's put a line at the top of here. Where's my pencil? I've had a pencil today. Goodness only knows. Did I put it back? Couldn't have put it back. It's not like me to put it back. What the? That's there. Okay, so if I put a line just there, and then we cut the... Did I actually put a line on that side? No. Try again. Put a line there, and then we cut that into a tag shape. Put that to there. Flip that over and put that on there. That's the wrong way around, that way around, Dave. Like that. Put that down to there. Cool. Rub that bit out. Forgot there was a rubber on the end of there. Okay, so maybe we will finish this actually. Let's get something done. Right, okay, I'm just going to have a quick tidy up and then I'll be back. I can have a cough and a drink. So, thank you for letting me kind of just have a moment to go and wet my whistle, have a bit of a tidy up. It's given me a bit of clarity about what I'm doing. So, I am going to finish this on Finish It Friday. So, on Friday we'll finish this, because otherwise I am going to have worn myself out. So I'm loving the way that this is looking at the moment, and we'll finish it Friday. But at the moment, I just need to go and kind of just have something to eat, decompress a little bit from my brain, basically, and then we'll be back. And like this, otherwise this will become an overly long video that I'm going to have to edit so that you guys don't get bored. So we'll do this on Friday. So I'm going to finish it here. So this is what we've done so far, and then we will do this on Friday. Okay, so that's it. So thank you very much, folks. Thanks for joining me. Thank you for sticking by me, even though my voice is now going to go. So thank you for sticking by me, and even though I'm not feeling great. So, and that's it. I'm going to say goodbye. My brain's not functioning now. So, thank you very much for joining me. My name is Dasher Dave. Please give this video a like. Giving it a like is the healing energy I will need. So, a like, a thumbs up, that would be great. Subscribe if you aren't already. Because, unless you're subscribed to me, you're not going to get to see all of these weird and wonderful things that I do. And I'd be really grateful if you did subscribe, and comment if you wish, and I will try and catch up with comments. Well, I've definitely caught up with comments recently, but I will try and stay on top of comments. But I will always comment. So, and don't forget that I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to. And I will see you in the next video. Sorry if any dolphins can hear me now. Right, I'm going. Alright then, folks. Take care. Okay then. Bye. Bye. Love you. Bye. Nobody wants any hugs from me at the moment. I'm not feeling well. So, alright then, folks. Take care. Bye. Bye.